For us, Rabobank this year is the safest commercial bank. Out of the safest 50 is the first commercial bank. So let's talk about that first. What does it mean for the bank and what does it recognize about the bank?
Well, Rabobank really appreciates this award. I think one of the main things that we have as a focus is to be safe. Our members always ask, is our investment safe? And from that perspective, I'm really glad with this award. And our prime focus is also to keep our capital base very strong, relatively very strong also versus peers, and to keep our income stable. Because I think year after year Rabobank is able to have a very constant income stream, and that's really appreciated by our stakeholders.
Now, these awards take place during the IMF World
Yes.
Bank meeting. Can you tell us what is the atmosphere, the mood from your perspective?
Well, it's mixed. On one hand, what we see is that from a global economy, we see now slow signs of recovery, especially here in the US. But I must admit that in Europe, a lot of things needs to be done to improve that, and also the banking sector. We're going to a massive restructuring, especially in the European banking sector. But on the other side, I see a lot of export companies in Northwest Europe are getting stronger and stronger. I see activity picking up. We grant more loans again, and I think that it will be a slower recovery, but we will get there.
Now, specifically about Rabo, where is growth, especially from the perspective of capital markets?
Well, if you look at Rabobank, we have, of course, the Netherlands as one of our focus, but on the other hand, we have the international food and agri sector. And one thing we should not forget, that the world population will grow in 2020 till 9 billion of people. That means that all those people need to eat. And what you see in the food and agri sector is tremendous consolidation, but also innovation to feed all that people. And we, as Rabobank, we know a lot about that sector. We follow those companies. And there's also, as a result of that, a lot of activity. For example, the biggest takeover by a Chinese company, Shangui, Smithfield in the US, Rabobank was one of the leading banks on that transaction. And helping, let's say, the consolidation in the international food and agri sector, that is something that Rabobank really can play a role in.